This is a rehearsed reading of Short Films to Bite written by myself, Freya Horton. Hannah will be played by Mia, and Emily will be played by Frankie, with me reading the action. For some people, being a carer can be exhausting. Emotions such as guilt, resentment, anger, anxiety, or helplessness can be common. Sometimes, even if you care very deeply for the person, it can feel as though the focus is always on them and that your needs and wishes go unnoticed. Interior living room day. Hannah is sat upright on the sofa. She is trying to complete a job application on her laptop. Emily is sat curled up beside her, reading a book. She slowly sits up and puts her book down. Hannah keeps her eyes fixed on her laptop screen and keeps typing.
You all right?
Emily leans forward and puts her head in her hands with her elbows rested on her knees. Hannah looks up from her screen at Emily.
Shit.
Hannah puts her laptop down, ready to catch Emily, but she doesn't manage to move fast enough. We hear a thud as Emily falls to the floor and begins a seizure. We do not see the seizure. The focus is entirely on Hannah as she reacts. She moves furniture out of the way. She grabs a cushion and places it under Emily's head. She kneels by Emily, pulls out her phone while staring at the clock. The scene gets blurry as Emily loses consciousness and fades to black. Title: Spike. Interior bathroom day. The bathroom door and the window are open. Hannah kneels by the bathtub, washing blood out of the cushion cover. She sighs, dries her hands on a towel and checks the time on her phone. Emily enters holding an almost empty glass of water and leans on the door. Hannah turns to look at her.
What the fuck are you doing?
Hannah goes over to her and supports her. Emily's still a little out of it and her speech is slow and slurred.
Thanks.
Hannah leads Emily to the toilet and helps her sit down.
How long was it?
Hannah continues trying to clean the cushion cover.
Almost 3 minutes.
Oh, right.
I've called an ambulance. Should be here in a bit.
What? Why? It was just a normal one.
You hit your head.
Emily feels the side of her head. She pulls her hand away. Blood. She grimaces. Emily tries to stand.
For fuck's sake! Sit down.
Hannah gets up and gently pushes Emily back down onto the toilet seat. She takes a glass from Emily's hand, refills it from the sink, and hands it back to her.
Did you film it this time?
I was a little preoccupied.
With what?
With that! It was like bloody Vesuvius.
It's just you didn't film it last time.
I tried, but we were in public and this guy snatched my phone. He called me a sick bitch. It was horrible.
Well, maybe if you told him it was for my doctor.
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
I'm sorry. It's just, if you can see the kinds of seizures I'm having, then maybe...
I know.
Do you have time to wash my hair?
What?
I don't want to go to hospital with bloody hair. What if the paramedics are hot?
That's your concern.
Well, yeah. I don't want to look like a corpse.
I'm sure they've seen worse sights than you. They'll probably be glad you only look like a corpse.
Please.
Emily does puppy dog eyes at Hannah. Hannah tries to fight it, but can't.
Fine.
Hannah helps Emily sit on the floor with her back against the side of the bathtub. Emily tilts her head back and stares up at the ceiling. Hannah places a towel across Emily's front. She pulls the shower head down and turns it on. She tests the temperature on her hand and then starts gently washing Emily's hair.
I bet I'll be dead before I'm 30.
What?
Yep. I bet I'll be dead.
No, you won't.
Come on.
You're too annoyingly resilient for that.
I bet you 50 quid.
Are you serious?
Yup.
You're on. I bet you'll live.
Hang on. That bet's unfair.
Unfair, is it?
If you win, I'll still be alive, so you'll get your money.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
But if I win, I'll be dead, so how will I get the money?
Damn, Sherlock. You found the one problem with it. Look, I'm not seriously betting on when my friend is going to die. So drop it.
The water is running clear. Anna turns off the shower and gently rinses Emily's hair. Emily winces.
Sorry.
Anna nudges for Emily to sit upright. She takes a towel and wraps it around her head. Emily tries to stand.
I need to get changed.
The very distant sound of an ambulance can be heard.
Now, that's probably for you.
What if they're hot, Hannah? I don't want them to get close to me when I reek. I think I peed myself a little.
Emily feels her own crotch and grimaces.
Okay, fine.
Anna helps Emily up and then lets her go once she gains her balance. Emily exits. Anna checks the time on her phone again and sighs heavily. Anna continues cleaning the cushion cover aggressively. The sound of the ambulance gets gradually louder. She stops cleaning for a moment.
It's really close now.
What?
The ambulance. It's getting close.
Okay, I'm almost ready.
The sound of the ambulance is now right outside, then stops. Anna drops the cushion cover. She stares out the window and watches the paramedics get out of the ambulance. We don't see them.
Unlucky, Emily.
Emily enters the bathroom wearing clean clothes.
Why? What's wrong?
They're not
Emily-
that hot.
Emily joins Hannah at the window.
They're not that bad.
The doorbell rings.
I'll let them in.
Hannah heads towards the bathroom door. She's about to exit then.
You don't need to come with me. In the ambulance.
Emily.
You'll miss your deadline.
Oh. There'll be other jobs.
You've done enough.
You're more important.
I can go alone.
I can't just leave you.
I'll be okay.
They look at each other.
I love you.
Love you too.
Hannah exits. End of